Today is World Poetry Day. According to UNESCO, World Poetry Day, I'm going to pull up right here, celebrates one of humanity's most treasured forms of cultural and linguistic expression and identity. Practiced throughout history in every culture and on every continent, poetry speaks to our common humanity and our shared values, transforming the simplest of poems into a powerful catalyst for dialogue and peace. So with that said, I just want to read a couple of poems from people I personally know that are poets out there. So the first poem I'm going to read is from my a good friend to my place cafe, Khadija Anderson. This poem is called Great Grandma from her book Cul-de-sac. Great Grandma was a Jew. I knew when I saw her name on the Ellis Island ledger. Anne Goldenstein from Stockholm married Clarence Anderson. Later, her son married Danish Jensen, whose family store was frequented by Chicago mobsters. Their granddaughter, my poodle-skirted mother, married the vaudevillian actor's grandson, stage name Rice, real name Foosh, whose mother's family fought for Confederate Georgia. How is it that my Jewish, Lutheran, German, Southern Baptist family eventually produced a Muslim? All right. As always, Khadija just has, amazing imagery. She talks about like historical, accounts very well. All right, moving on. I'm gonna read a couple pieces from Spectrum 26. The issue is sex. So for those of you that don't know, Spectrum Publishing is a local press here in Pasadena. Um, in fact, they're gonna have an event here next month, uh, a poetry slam. So the one I'm gonna read from here is going to be, let's see, I'm gonna look for it. It's gonna be by Christian Kid, Frustrations of a Sex-Starved Single. There are too many to count, the frustrations that come streaming down her face. There's one right now, rearing its ugly face up, like a head popping up. Darn, yet another. Mind controlled by primordial soup instincts. A wolf huffs louder than any of us. Thy beast within. What is your pleasure? How you long at prey, as I long at her. Our eyes glazed over. My heart is suddenly too small for the chest containing it. Do not sign. Say ah. For this is like the wolf, deadly and fierce. It is not I, a hopeless romantic, but I, a sex-starved, frustrated beast, regressing on Darwin's scale, my posture sinking down, 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 to the wretched flames of the hellfire, which threatens those who lust too much or not enough. I command myself, the cage keeps others safe. My chest, the cage of my merciless heart. Maybe, just maybe, I am the one who is being kept safe. The cage is like a busy road, two ways, many vehicles, but alas, dear Frost, my friend, a Hall of Famer, you will be disappointed to learn I didn't take the one less traveled by, nor to your amusement the one more traveled. For lust, love, and my heart never let me choose. You see the beast. Yates saw it to Bethlehem, but no further. A beast in a cage, the animal, locked from the outside, can't get out. Ah, there's the lone difference, the sex-starved cage of lust and love, my foolish and unpredictable heart, barricaded by my chest and its flesh, hiding the fleshiness underneath. That cage, that es mi corazón, is locked from the inside, yet still it does not go out. The lights are on, no one home. Love lights, lust lights, sex lights. Red light districts and Moulin Rouge. No for me, no one is home. and yet I can still hear the beast in his cage, slumbering and salivating till his next feeding on a pipe dream. All right. Next poem I'm going to read is from a professor I took at LCC. His name is Evan Kendall. I was fortunate to be his a volunteer supplementary instructor for him years back. And this is from his book, Mika Mi Amor, dedicated to his wife, Mika. And the poem that I'll read here is, I'm going to see. Leapfrog. A frog alone cannot play. He hops by himself all day, never getting very far, always wishing upon a star for a playmate. Flash forward 2 years, the frog has no more fears. Into his life came someone new, and that frogette is you. You're first rate. All right. Next poem I'm going to read is from Matthew Mejia from his book, The Feel. He is the operator of Nervous Ghost Press, a press based here in Los Angeles. They did an event at My Place Cafe last year for their virtual tour for the release of their first release, Writing for Life, an anthology. So the poem I read here from Matthew Mejia is, let's see. Keep your head up. New things crack the sky, lightning bolts, planets collide, new horizons force stronger winds of change. From callous hands to hopeful smiles. Remember the old or forget it. As we move forward, the skies become clear, clearer than rain-soaked clothes and warm embraces. Look up to the future and hold fast tomorrow. All right, next poem I'm gonna read is from a publication from the school where I earned my bachelor's, Cal State Dominguez Hills. The first poem I'm gonna read is by a mutual friend of Matthew Mejia and I. His name is John Rodriguez, and this poem is from the 2017 edition, and it's titled Segregation. Fuck all these identity politics, but let me explain. I'm not against who you are or what you want to be. What I am against is the segregation that you are creating. You speak of inclusion, yet you broke my brother's nose for being a descendant of Rosarito. You speak of ending racism, yet you pepper sprayed my sister for being a descendant of London. You speak of preserving unity, yet you put my brother in a coma for being a descendant of Egypt. You speak of self-preservation, yet you choked my sister for being a descendant of the Sioux. You speak of community, yet you banish my brother for being a descendant of Afghanistan. You speak of compassion, yet you spit on my sister's face for being a descendant of Chile. You speak of understanding, yet you laugh at my brother for being a descendant of Russia. You speak of silencing the polyarchy, yet you attack dissenting opinion. You speak of love, yet you love with your fist. You speak of none, yet you are one. You speak of equality, yet you embrace segregation. All right, so the next one I'm gonna read is from Molly Mal Ulosifer Fatu in the 2018 edition of A Jam, where I was co-main editor. And this poem is one of my favorites from his, and it's called The Greatness of Our Ancestors. I want to achieve the greatness of our ancestors, to where we rose from the soil, having the Most High breathe life into us, that life that we take for granted, where they built things with their bare hands, poetry with pictures to where the voice was spoken, no microphones, but the soul can be heard around the world, being people of the sun. We are plants full of photosynthesis, greenery, beautiful, elegant scenery, naked brown caramel chocolate, the temple etched by the creator, the majesty piece, not an object materialistic nor physical, but that funkadelic of the stars where our ancestors watch over us, guiding us in our lives to keep our legacy alive, the legacy they built for us to use and prosper off of so we can get through anything, forever resilient. We are the children of God, Maya, Horus, Tagla, Yahweh, the sons and daughters of God. We are the greatness of our ancestors. So that's pretty much all I have to read for today in celebration of World Poetry Day. On behalf of My Place Cafe, we just want to thank everyone that watches this video. And we look forward to seeing you at my place. Again, make my place your place. Have a great Sunday.